We're doing local recording, and what that means, folks, is that we take all the videos of our breaks, we splice them up for you, for your viewing pleasure. You can watch each and every single one of them on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/vintagebreaks, usually within about 24 hours of the breaks actually happening. One of our favorite breaks of all time is a 1986 Fleer basketball break that we did last year. Has over 10,000 views on YouTube. Kenny Wrights, card number 1. That is going out to you, Jim. Jim, you have the first 9 spots. See if we can give you some first spot mojo out of here. Amos Otis. So the card so far, razor sharp, but if anyone knows anything about 76 Topps baseball, centering can be a problem. Wow, look at those chops. Pretty amazing. That certainly was of the time period. J squared here, Jesse Jefferson of the White Sox. Looks like a 9OC at first glance because basically it's off-centered terribly left to right, but very sharp. Kenny Holtzman. As we're breaking this pack, I'd love to hear from some of you folks either on YouTube or on PSA's Facebook page that's watching us now. Who out there is actually trying to build a PSA graded set that you're putting on the registry fresh out of packs? We'd like to hear from you. Like to tell your story, like to share your story. Spot 9, D squared, Duffy Dyer. Starting to get a little bit better there. Some of the 9s in this set are extremely tough to get, and they don't all have to be stars. So make sure you check the PSA Pop Report, as well as PSA's new pricing tool, available at psacard.com. There's some incredible data at your fingertips. Tommy House. Gary Nolan. You got a few more after that, James, and then it switches to Michael. We're going to do our first free giveaway after the 76 Topps Rack Pack. Bobby Boone. Hey, Stevie V. How are you, bud? We still have your 86 Topps Hockey Pack coming up in just a little bit. So far, the pack is extremely sharp, but not that well centered. And of course, as I say that, we get to a checklist for Mr. JC. Very well centered. Looks like it has a chance at a 9. Got to check the centering left to right, but very sharp. Chicago White Sox team card. Pretty sharp. Spot 10. That's yours, Michael. Now, for some of you folks who are not familiar with us or Topps Vintage products, on occasion, especially racks, we've seen Topps put in an extra card or two, or for that matter, be short a card or two. And if that's the case, if we have an extra card or two, we random it off to someone at the end who was in the break. And if we're short a card or two, and that person gets a full refund. Here we go. Finally got some Hall of Famer action. Our first Hall of Famer from the 76 Topps rack. Gorgeous looking card, actually. Jim Hunter and Jimmy Palmer. Look at that beauty. Spot 12 coming up. These chops are even more impressive. Mr. George Scott.
So Ryan from Facebook.
Yes.
He did the.
Hey Ryan, how are you?
He did the Reds team set in the PSA 8 and 9. Used to be one of the top 5 sets, but then again, there were only 7 and 8 sets back then.
Sure. Now, did he do his Reds team set on the PSA registry from a certain year, or like the entire run of Reds?
I'll wait for Ryan to respond.
Sure, I'd be interested to know. Thanks for letting us know, Ryan. That's pretty cool. George Scott, pretty solid. Patty D. It's kind of cool as they have the traded cards in this, and obviously traded cards were not that popular until the 1980s for Topps. So this is like the beginning of the traded revolution, traded set revolution for Topps.
1976 Topps were running.
Very cool, and he was doing it out of packs.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Sorry, I gotta.
Just 76.
Just 76. So in 76 Topps, the Pete Rose is tough. Was he doing an 8 and 9 or 9 and 10?
8 and 9s.
Okay.
Back then, he used to be top 5. But
Sure.
now, he's at the bottom. So.
Spot 14. Mike Thompson. And last card out of the first third of the pack, the now defunct Montreal Expos team card going out to you, James. You have the next several spots as well. That's the first third. Okay, this is the second third of the pack. We're looking for a Nolan Ryan. We're looking for an Eck. We're looking for a Pete Rosie. The Guidry rookie's tough in a 9. The Randolph rookies, Willie Randolph, Windmill Willie. He's tough to find in high grade, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. So here's the second third of our 1976 Topps Baseball Rack Pack. Coming to you live from Vintage Breaks. Wow, there we go. First card on top, Cesar T. Nice looking card. Hopefully the centering's going to be a little bit better in this third of the pack. That is yours, James. Jerry Devanin, card number 17. Some folks out there may want to know what holders we're using. We're using Card Saver ones to put these in. These are the card savers of choice by PSA for you to send your cards in to be graded. And the reason being is they hold the cards in there snugly, and they're very easy to put in there as well as take out.
You may want to know why you're not using gloves.
Sure. So the reason why we don't use gloves for non-chrome products is because it simply doesn't matter. Unless, to be fair, if I was eating a cheeseburger from In-N-Out Burger that had ketchup, mayo, and mustard with extra onion, I would say I might want to wear gloves. But when you're talking about non-chrome products, it doesn't matter. Meaning it doesn't affect the grade of the cards as far as PSA is concerned. Unless, of course, you're eating something sloppy. Stevie Stone. That's yours, James. And we're on spot 20. Bernie Carbo. I wonder if our friend Rico was friends with him up there. And another Sox. Great coming up next. Louis Tiant. Nice card. A little bit off top to bottom. Still very sharp. Spot 21. Going out to you, James. Next couple go out to you, James, and then Michael gets a spot as well. This card looks to be one of the better cards centered in the pack. Jorge Horta. I don't know the pop on that. But for those who want to check at home, it's card 560. So Johnny 5, anyone else from either our YouTube or PSA's Facebook that is working on either a PSA whole set, a team set, or a player set, fresh out of packs? Love to hear from you. Ollie Brown, spot 23. Amos Otis. The other night on Vintage Breaks, we pulled in the same night, back-to-back, like the Yankees sometimes do now, hitting dingers. We pulled an Aaron Judge 2013 Bowman signed rookie, as well as, hey Terry, how are you? As well as a Gary Sanchez rookie out of 2010 Bowman Chrome boxes back-to-back. And you can see those videos on our YouTube channel. Really appreciate everyone coming out and joining us. It's a lot more fun breaking with everyone here. Kenny Holtzman looks to be one of the nicer cards.
So
Thank you, Jim.
Lou said Bartolo Collins' next win tonight against the Sox will mean he passes Lou Tiant for most wins by a Hispanic pitcher.
Wow, that's historical.
That's what he's been told.
That's a cool stat. Thanks, Lou. I appreciate that. Probably one of the nicer cards centered in the pack. Jim, that's really cool. So one of our, our friends and great customers, Jim, from Massachusetts area, said that Rico and Bernie were on the 75 World Series team. It's pretty cool. Wow, check this out. You got a Dodger team card, Michael Russo. Look at this. I mean, that thing is like dead nuts. Beautiful. Features Garvey. So just out of curiosity, I am going to engage for a moment. I'm curious to see what the pop is on a 76 Topps Dodger team card. So I'm going to PSA's website, psacard.com. And getting to 1976, card number 46. Hey, Ryan, thanks for joining us. Let's see what we got here. So we're not looking up the value quite yet because I want to see if it's a tough 10. It is not a tough PSA 10. So how interesting is this? Number 46, the Dodgers team, there's 57 PSA 10. So obviously not a hard PSA 10. But card number 45, just one card before in the 1976 set, is Boog Powell. There's only 3 PSA 10s. The card before that, Doug Rader, card number 44, there's only 1 PSA 10. This is my point. You never know what you're sitting on when you're opening vintage packs with vintage breaks. So make sure you reference PSAcard.com for their pop report to find out exactly how rare your potential high-grade cards are.
Danny Davis from Facebook says that.
Hey, Danny, how are you? Doug Rader, card number 28, going out to you, James. Gary Nolan, card number 29, going out to you, James, as well. The centering's still tough on this pack. Got a couple decent pieces. Let's see what the last third of this beauty has in store for us. Like I said, one of the coolest cards in the 1970s is this Kurt Pavakwa Chewing Gum card. We hope to see many of you at the National. Vintage Breaks will be breaking in the very booth across from PSA at the Case Break Pavilion in Cleveland at the National every single day from Monday all the way till the end of the week Sunday. We cannot wait. Interesting, Jim. Jim, I feel like I'm going to have to hook you up with something. The centering's been a little bit brutal on this one. But I still have some hope. I got hope. And from, I forgot which movie, but, you know, it's all about the hope. The promise of a new day.
Logan Ward will be at the Nationals.
Great. Logan, please stop by our booth. We'd love to meet you. We're going to have some exclusive freebies at our booth at the National. I don't know if they're going to be better than PSA's freebies. I'm not sure if you guys heard me earlier. PSA is giving away a Jim Brown rookie and a PSA 7. They're giving away a 49 Bowman Bob Feller and a PSA 8. And they're giving away the newest Laker, LeBron James signed basketball, fully authenticated, all at the National, all for free. You don't have to buy anything. All you have to do is just enter. And you can also get your very own custom baseball card at PSA's booth at the National. Hopefully, by knowing, you know, some of the bigwigs there, I can get moved up in line and you know, get taken care of so I can get back to business. Ooh, I see a nice Hall of Famer waiting behind here in card number 31. Jimmy, I don't know if that's yours, but I know you appreciate it if you will, because he is one of, if not the greatest Red Sox of all time. Coming up next, Ted Williams, Sporting News All-Star card. So it's very sharp. It's a little bit miscut, unfortunately, or just off-centered. But it is a gorgeous card, and that's yours, James.
Yeah, I think Jim gets the rest of it.
Oh, he does? Okay.
I think so.
No, Michael has spot 41.
Okay.
See, they keep me on my toes. Jim Fregosi. So, Jim, like I said, we'll see how the rest of the pack pans out. But if centering stays tough, look for a free Leighton giveaway for you tomorrow night on our show. Tommy Hall, spot 34. There we go. We got another Hall of Famer. Very cool. So you can see between centering and a couple of miscuts, 76 Topps baseball is difficult. But that's why the PSA high-grade cards go for the big bucks. There's the Honus. Just a little bit off-centered, unfortunately. Very sharp. Bobby, don't you know that's my last name, Sheldon? A little bit off left to right. Hoping for at least another biggie for you in there, Jim or Michael. So the rest are Jim except for spot 41. Like the famous Dave Matthews song, song 41. Hopefully going to see Dave next week at the Garden State Arts Center. next Wednesday night. And before that is Tuesday night's show at the Garden is Foo Fighters. I'm hoping to see that. Candidly, I got a 3.5-year-old son and I'm married. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to say one, so if I can see one of them, I'll be excited. My pleasure, Jim. Thanks for saying that, bud. I really appreciate your support. There we go. We got a sweet Lou. That's for you, Michael. It's a nice card. Don't know if it's quite 10 worthy, at first glance, but it looks like a solid 9. Curious of the pop on it, just because we have it in front of us. 453, PSAcard.com, population report says, Sweet Lou, only 7 10s. This could be the 8th. You never know. Yep, we need one more card saver. So there was supposed to be 42.
It was 42 cards.
Right? Yeah. So there's an extra card.
Yeah.
So as we said at the beginning, you never know. Sorry, I want to make sure I show off card 42. There you go. You never know if there's going to be an extra card. Topps doesn't disappoint as usual. There is an extra card. D squared, Danny Dreisen of the Reds. Fortunately, it's probably not worth a heck of a lot because it is off center left to right. And what we do in a situation like this is we random it to one of the two folks in this break. So we go back to our random.org, pull it up here, and simply, there we go.
Yeah, we copied this.
Yep, got it. So all I'm doing, folks, is I'm recopying the list of names and I'm putting it back into random.org so that we can give away the free card. First person on top after 5 times being randomized. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, Jim C., this is yours. Congratulations. Okay, guys, there's your 72. Thank you. Cool. So we got a couple Hall of Famers. They weren't well centered, but that is the luck of the draw, as Jim succinctly pointed out. That was fun. Now we're going to do our first giveaway. So, John, we're going to do this for anyone who's watching on PSA's Facebook page. Great. I want to show off the packs that we have. And we're going to start off by giving away a let's do 78. 78 Topps football. So, John, I'm going to ask a trivia question. Don't worry, YouTubers. I'm going to hit you guys up next with a freebie. This is for anyone watching our PSA show on PSA's Facebook page. So, John, next year, the National Sports Collectors Convention will be held similar time, but it will not be held in Cleveland. Whoever is the first person to answer, where will the 2019 National Sports Collectors Convention be held, will get this entire 1978 Topps football pack, and I will open it on camera for you right now. In 1978 Topps football,
We got a winner.
oh,
Chicago,
yes it is.
Logan Ward.
Congratulations, LW, Logan Ward. You have just won this 1978 Topps football wax pack. Possible Tony Dorsett PSA 10 rookie. Brings big dollars, thousands of dollars. But that's not the only card. Like a Terry Bradshaw, what is it, like his 7th year? I bet you it's a $500 PSA 10, second year Steve Largent. Lots of great stuff in here. Without further ado, if I can get some card savers, gentlemen, we're going to open Mr. Logan's free pack. Thank you. Oh, I never shut off local recording.